Yo, what's up, everybody? We are now tuned into yet another episode of Champions Corner. I'm Kayy Simone. Alongside me, I have my main man, Ali John. Today, we have...
Motto, what's up? BringingTheReal.com, Jersey.
Let's get it.
I'm Konscious, a.k.a. Lil Con. I'm in the building.
Lil Con. His eyes real low.
Yeah, we in here. We in here real relaxed.
So let everybody know once again what it is you guys do, where you from.
All right. Well, I'm from Belleville, New Jersey. I don't know if you guys know where that's at.
Yeah.
No.
That's near Newark.
He said that's
it's
in
near
Newark.
Newark.
It's in Newark.
It's just crazy because it's like one block, you know, you're in Belleville. The next block, you know you're in Newark. You know what I'm saying? But and I do BringingTheReal.com, which I started about 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, and it was basically based on a premise of artists supporting artists.
Oh.
So of course I started first as an artist or whatever, and then when I was walking around Jersey doing music, I'm like, damn, maybe because I was in Belleville.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like there was no network of rappers and producers, and I'm like, where are these people at? Like, you know what I'm saying? So the whole premise of it was to build a big network.
Yeah.
Of rappers, artists, or whatever, and then just we all promote each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, whatever. But we're still doing it. We pushing it, and we still giving that premise of artists supporting artists that, yeah, we have our own stuff going on, but we're not afraid to step out of that and help somebody else, especially if we believe in them and think that they can go far. And in the end, you know, we Jersey. If one wins, we all win. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
Oh.
I know.
Con, where you from?
Where I'm from Passaic.
Okay.
Well, I'm from a lot of places, but mostly from Passaic.
Might as
Yeah.
well run down the list.
Yeah.
Right.
I was born in Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, nice.
I'm an Army baby.
Okay.
But I left when I was probably 1 or something. I lived in Union City. Then I moved to Passaic. Then I moved to Florida. I went to Tampa, Florida, and then Valrico, Florida, and then I moved back. I lived in Clifton, Patterson, and then Passaic, and then I went back to Florida. I lived in what was it called? I lived in the boondocks. It was just way out there. I'm forgetting. Largo, Florida. And then I came back, and right now I'm living in Clifton.
You going back to Florida anytime?
Nah. I tried it. I tried so hard to make it work out there, but it's just so different. I don't know. Couldn't do it.
I ain't fucking with Florida.
Yeah, I can't do it. It's too hot. But yeah, I'm a producer. I'm a rapper. I'm an engineer. I shoot videos. I edit videos. Yeah. I do a little bit of everything.
Nice, Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So how'd you two link up?
Well, it's funny. I used to rap in another group.
Okay.
And we used to do a lot of. That was when I was in my 20s and I had nothing to do. So I just.
Wait, what?
That was when I was in my 20s and I had nothing to do.
What you mean?
So you're not in your 20s?
Right. I'm like, wait, what?
I'm confused.
Nah.
You look like 25.
Nah.
Wow.
Shut up.
Listen, I'm not about to sit here and be
Nah.
intrusive.
How old
are you?
I'm 34.
Okay.
34.
Nice.
34, yep.
You gotta give me the regimen.
Stress. No stress, actually. No stress. Everything gotta be like Confucius or something. Whatever. You gotta just brush it off. But yeah, anyway, so, what are we talking about?
How you two met.
Okay, yeah. So I was in the 20s and I had nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I recorded all the time. We put videos out all the time. And this is when social media wasn't as big.
Yeah.
I don't think YouTube was even big like that. We used to post videos on MySpace.
Oh,
And we used to flood it every day, blogs, all types of stuff. And then eventually he caught on to it. When he moved to Jersey from I guess Florida.
For the 9th time, yeah.
I guess from Florida because that's the only place he kept going back to.
I was actually living in Belleville. Yeah, that's how I found it.
No, I'm saying, but you lived in Florida before that. You just got there, right?
Yeah, no. I was in Passaic. I was in Passaic High,
that's right.
And then I moved to Belleville. I graduated from Belleville.
Yeah, so he's noticed that, and we saw him. Me and the guy who was in the group before, we saw him walking past with a chick, and he's just like, "Yo, you guys are whatever, the fucking whatever the fuck we were back then. and we're like, yeah, I trust whatever. And they were like, oh, yo, blah blah, let's link up. So that's it. We linked up from there. We lost contact because I think that what you started doing? You moved somewhere or you just
I went to Florida.
You went to Florida.
That's exactly what I did. I went to Florida.
Yeah, so he went to Florida. We lost contact. He came back, and we still, we weren't in contact. But then eventually, I had to bring him the real, and I started by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I actually hit him up because he was looking for a job, and I had an opening somewhere, and I was like, yo, you want to work, whatever? I know he had a daughter.
Oh, nice.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, hook him up and shit. And he came and he started working. And I had a home studio.
Nice.
And I'm like, yeah, I still do all this shit. I started doing the website, blah blah. And he was like, yo, I'm down to help out. Let's do this. And ever since then, we've been doing this.
So what is the basis of bringing the real? Like, do you guys? I see you were at my networking and chill event. So is that something you guys do often? You go to different ventures.
Well, I was playing when I first started it. Like I said, I was stuck because I didn't know there was a whole network out there. You know what I'm saying? I was rapping just like in Belleville, like in my house, like my house studio, and putting stuff on MySpace. There wasn't no like flyers, like, oh, come to this show, come to this event. It's just like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing. We're just putting out, and then back then, people didn't have videographers like that. There weren't all these cameras now. They could buy $800 and the camera looks like, damn, that should look like a real video. You know what I mean? Back in the day, the cameras were probably like $4,000. Yeah. We were shooting videos with a Sony handheld, like those home videos.
With the strap on the hand.
Yeah, and we were cutting it up in, I don't even know what program it was back
Windows
then.
Movie Maker.
Nah, we bought the program. It was from Adobe. It was an old Adobe program.
Sony
and we
Vegas?
chopped it up on there. Sony Vegas.
And
we chopped it up on there. We used to do music videos like that. And we used to do all type of stuff. And what I did was, okay, how do I find the other people? So I made Bringing the Real. I was like, now I got to start trying to go out there. So there was some events in the beginning I went to that was like, the hell's this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just lost. You know what I mean? But, and to me, I'm an introvert. Like, I'm a home dude. You know what I'm saying? So me to go out there is like, again, anxiety. Like, oh, damn, here we go. You know what I'm saying? And the first couple of events was like, okay. And one person I met, like, way before this whole thing, too, was Doobie Badass. I don't even know who she is. And she was one that I reconnected through the network. Oh, nice. I met her through, I think I did a YouTube video or something, and we commented or something. I forgot how we linked up, but we did a song together, blah, blah. And then I didn't see her for a while. And then I think Instagram first started coming around. Yeah. And she put up an event. That was the first event I went to was hers. Right. And then I met other people there, and I got their Instagrams, and then I started going to their events. Nice. So the whole premise of Bringing the Real was for artists supporting artists. I was getting the audience for it. Right. Now, so I just started building from there, meeting artists, and I started really realizing, like, damn, you know what? Why I was stuck where I was at was because the networking is in Newark. Look at all people come from Newark, like, like, I'm looking at rappers, videographers, all these people, and they all came up from nothing. Yeah. And I know people, like, I don't know if you know Eternal Quest. He has a studio in Newark, and he was one of the first ones to have, like, a studio. And he worked with all these people. I'm like, what? He be naming guys like Tax G, Shotgun Shook, Sue Surf, blah, 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 when they were, like, nobodies. And I'm like, bruh, I didn't have that. You know what I mean? And it's a big network. And Newark's a big place. Right. Belleville's so tiny. Like, you may have like 10 rappers. Right. You know what I mean? So I started networking in Newark a lot. And then he had roots in Passaic. So around Passaic, Patterson, there's the people he grew up with, SEL. And then we made that connection. And then he went out there and met another networking, I don't know if you know 89 Brainchild, Cause of Knowledge. Like, it's a whole nother world out there. And he found them, and he started networking with them. And that's how Bringing the Road just got bigger and bigger, because people started, in Jersey, in the East Coast area mostly, it's really like, dog eat dog. It's that mentality. And it may be because just that's how New York is in general. Just in rap. It's a lifestyle in New York. It's step on that person to get to the next spot. Right. So, of course, hip-hop's going to take on that, whatever that is, that personality or whatever. And I wanted to break that. I wanted to break that stigma. Like, listen, I got things going on too. I got a family. I got a job. I'm going to school. But I'm taking my time out to come to your event
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And put my time on the line to push you because I believe in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And someone has to start doing it. You know what I mean? So that's how I thought of it now. And Jersey has gotten bigger through the years. You know, I started 6-7 years ago, and you see the people now how they grew. Some are signed, some are got situations, some are on Rolling Loud now, some are whatever. They're everywhere now, and it's like you see Jersey getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm not saying I started the premise, which I know I didn't, but the premise was already there, and it's like now bringing the real is meshing into it,
Right.
because it was always already there.
Absolutely.
And now it's getting big. 'Cause 7 years ago, the support in Jersey, everybody supporting each other, wasn't as big. It just was not as big. Now it's a big deal. Now even sometimes if someone out there goes, "Hey, F Jersey, what's going on out there?" Like even just making a joke about it, because that's Jersey's the butt of the jokes around here.
Jersey stand up.
And they'd be like, "What you said about Jersey?" They got a whole Chief Keef thing.
Yeah.
We gonna
Everyone
cover
came
Blue
out
Jersey.
like, "What? This song's."
Sure, I can't let you.
What was
do
that one diss song with the?
Finito.
Listen, I can't let you.
It
Do
was
that,
like
though,
it was like
'cause
20 rappers in
Yo,
there.
I hear that song at every Jersey event.
I'm telling. Listen,
I
can't
love that
do
song.
though, because
Sorry,
that we took that was supposed to be a diss song and turned it to like a New Jersey anthem.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
I
we kind
hear
of flipped the meaning.
I hear
of
it every
It's
time.
Crazy.
They
But you
love
don't know
that
it's
shit.
so crazy. Like speaking of like Jersey not getting their respect, it's so true. I was telling you guys that I watched Rhythm and Flow, and I was trying to figure out why. Shout out to Blaze the Rebel too, by the way, for doing
Word,
his,
shout out to
going
Blaze
back
the
to
Rebel.
Jersey
Yeah.
freestyle.
Dropped a crazy video too.
Jersey's still going to get it regardless.
Regardless.
But on the show it was like a joke to say you going back to Jersey.
Yeah.
And I could not understand why. Like after every person. And then Cardi B was like, "We about to overcrowd Jersey." As if being here was some type of like,
Yeah, she did. She did.
what you mean?
It's crazy because all the little rappers that get money in New York, when they finally get some coin, guess where they move to?
To Jersey.
Mhm.
They still live
Like,
out here in
Jersey.
Jersey.
Like I don't understand why
Cam
it's
live in
about
Jersey.
jokes, but it's whatever. We gonna take it and we gonna run with it. and We gonna
Right.
make something of it. That's all it is,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
That's all it
Facts.
is. Kind of wanted to ask you, like, since you moved to a lot of places, how hard is it? Because when you're a creative, you want to get solid footing somewhere. So how hard was it to kind of find what you wanted to do and find yourself in your craft when you was always moving?
It was probably the hardest part of doing all that, because you do want to feel like you got a room you could go to write in and your own setup and shit. But I mean, for the most part, when I lived with my parents, I always had a studio no matter where I went. So
Nice.
I was fine with the music. Like I wasn't not gonna do music. Like everywhere I went, I brought it with me. But I just had to deal with it, like even now I live kind of uncomfortable. Like sometimes I'm sleeping in the studio, sometimes I'm here, I'm there, whatever. But you just got to deal with it and keep, if this is what you love, like you just do it. I don't know.
That's what it is, though. It's the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And now
That's
that you're not as comfortable as you want to be, but now that you're a little bit more comfortable, do you feel like the product that you could put out is a lot better?
yeah. Now I'm just fighting for time in the studio, time because I gotta make a living and shit. But
Yeah.
now I'm just fighting for, like, I just can't wait to get in there and do something, because I know what I want to do now. I've been working with other artists for a long time too, like behind the scenes, engineering and producing, just making videos. So like I know exactly what I want, how I want it to look. I just need to get in there, like, and do it.
So being that you have touched base with every single base within the music industry, what's your favorite one?
My favorite thing to do?
Yeah.
I like it's like a mix between making beats and rapping. But I like right under that I would like video editing too, 'cause
Nice.
that's a lot of fun. Like we got the podcast we do too, where we interview other artists.
Dope.
And I just do funny edits for Instagram, and I just chop the video up and just do dumb shit. So I love spending a lot of time on just doing something stupid.
He seemed goofy, and then he seemed more like the.
It's yeah. He's actually funny as hell, low key. But no. I'm
The
more
one for YouTube.
I'm more always in La La Land.
Right.
I'm happy there.
That's good though.
It is.
That seems to be where most of the
I don't wanna
content
be
comes
here.
from, when people are in La La Land.
Yeah.
You don't even consider it being like.
So what made you guys start the podcast exactly?
Well, we're bringing the real. We also wanted to be like a team. So I had people that were down to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we'll help. And, I had other rappers, going with the same premise as us, but unfortunately they weren't, doing the things we were doing. Like, we were actually, like, literally, I just came out of school.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why most of I were late, because I had to run to my house, get him. I had to eat something real quick. I had to brush my teeth, throw some clothes on, and I got here 10 minutes late, which is thank God. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, some people aren't willing to make that kind of sacrifice. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and there's no love lost to them. You know what I'm saying? I respect it, because it's not easy to just, like, constantly ignore what's going on in real life and be like, I got to get to this. And you're sitting there like, this is happening right now. That's happening right now. And you got to kind of be like, put what's important to other people on the back burner. And it's like what Kobe was saying, like, he said it takes time to be a good parent. It takes time to be a good friend. That's why I don't have a lot of friends, because I'm a good basketball player. I spend my time on the court. Damn. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
Exactly. And it's true. And we wanted everybody to do their own thing. Like, one person be a graphic designer, one person be a rapper, graphic designer, be a rapper and a video editor, be a rapper and a podcast person. And we wanted everyone to have their lane, and no one wanted to do it. So we were stuck in the middle, because we're like, damn, man, now we gotta hop on and be interviewers. Like, damn, how many hats we gotta wear? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
all of them.
Yeah, you gotta wear all of them.
Yeah,
and
I ended up learning everything.
Yeah, and he ended up learning everything. Like, he's the guy that's like helps with the videos. Like, I'm more of a visionary. Like, I get the angles.
Yeah.
His angles may not be as good with the camera, because he's mechanical. He's precise. You know what I'm saying? But I'll get the angles, and then he'll be like, boom, puts it in the thing. He chops it up. Like, I look at it like, oh, yeah, okay,
it's clean.
Yeah, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like. And it's funny that we had to, like, kind of do all that stuff, and I didn't want to do it. He was pushing me for like a year or two, like, let's start interviewing people. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to be now known as an interview person. And also, I got to show another side of, I got to be an interviewer, I got to be funny, I got to do a whole nother thing now. And it's like, damn, man, I'm an introvert, man. Like, it's hard for me to even rap, bro.
He was
like,
trying to get you out.
You know what I'm saying? And he just like, come on, man, da-da-da. So I just finally caved in and was like, all right, we got to start doing it, because I want to start interviewing people. I want people's story out there. You know what I'm saying? People got something to say, especially the artists we follow for so long. They want to get their voice heard, and sometimes they speak from a place that I don't know of. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, it's at a place that I feel, but like on the topic of suicide, I spoke about it with Cause. And sometimes you may feel in your head when you hear about some shit like that, and it's like a part of you is like, oh, but you don't be like, I don't respect you did that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're in that space. And I just asked him, I'm like, yo, how you feel about the topic? And he was like, oh, well, my cousin committed suicide. And he was like, it's crazy because I saw him grow up, and I saw how he shifted, and how everything was just like, he got to a space that he couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even though I'm not like totally judgmental, and I'm never gonna be like, oh, that person did that to themselves, that's stupid, you know what I mean? Even though a little voice would tell me that voice totally got crushed when he told me that. And that's why I love the podcast now, and I love doing it now, because it's like, damn, he showed me another perspective of how to look at it, because he grew up with the person.
Yeah.
He don't want to hear someone say, oh, that person killed himself, whatever. He's gonna be like, bruh, that's my cousin, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what happened. You didn't grow up with him. You don't know what happened to him.
You start to learn different perspectives. Yeah,
and it's like,
sides of the story.
That's where, that was why I love it now. And it actually made me a better artist. It's made me a better, not say better person, but, you start thinking more, like, more rounded. Instead of just coming at us one angle all the time. Absolutely. Like hitting that. Because sometimes, when you're that person, you're hitting the same angle. And you're like, damn, you step back, there's a whole pie here to get to. You know what I'm saying? So, now I think we both kind of learned that, because he does the same thing. He produces. He does all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, how do you, when you go out and you're networking, right? How do you know when it's time to wear the bringing the real hat and when it's time to put on the rapper hat? Like, how do you know which time is which to kind of market what exactly?
Oh, I just talking to him. I'm sorry. I think we switch into those modes pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? There's even like sometimes I make jokes like I have different personalities. Like I drink Hennessy. Like Henny Model's in the building. Like you know what I'm saying? And then it's just like you gotta like I said, it goes back to the well-rounded thing. You have to show different perspectives because I think every person is they're a cube. They're different sides to them. No one's just 2D. Everybody's 3D. Everybody got sides to them, different sides. And I think sometimes, you know, if I'm showing one side like this angry rapper, like, oh, this ain't hip hop, this ain't da 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 da, some will relate to it, but some will be like, bro, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I get to now I could be that rapper that's like, bah, 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 but then I can step back and also be that interviewer that's gonna make jokes, that's gonna do all this stuff, and it's like, okay, yeah, Model may think this way, but in reality, he's a cool dude. I can relate to him on that part. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just both sides are me. So I just gotta know how to. It's like code switching. Like if I'm going to an interview, man, and going there like, yo, what up? I need 50-50 now, my G. Know what I mean? Like he's gonna be like, what? You know what I mean? But if you're going there like, hello, nice to meet you, blah blah, and you act a certain different way, another side of you, you know, you get different results.
What? I'm sorry, I just caught myself off guard. How was your name?
Motto.
Okay. So before the show, I was saying that Drake says moto, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all wasn't going to tell me I was singing YOLO?
He said motto. That's a motto. That's a
No,
motto.
but
YOLO.
she said motto and then said YOLO.
Right. And I just thought about it when he said it. Y'all all are fake. Nobody was going to tell me.
I just realized that right now.
Song. I'm listening to him say his name, and I'm like,
so funny, son. Like, I'm listening to him talk, right? And out of nowhere, I see her go, and just stare straight, right? She starts staring straight, right? And I'm like, what is wrong with her? And she chuckles. I'm looking at her like, yo, there's something wrong with her.
It was funny. I did a show.
She just snapped like,
yeah.
I did a show when Drewski was hosting it. Mm-hmm. So Drewski goes, oh, how you say your name? And I said, Motto. He goes, oh, I thought it was Moto. I'm like, no, it's Motto. And he's like, Motto. Oh, like how Drake says it. So I was like, so me thinking that he knew that was a real word, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh. He gave me that look like, you want to be Drake ass. and then before I could say anything, he just left.
You do look like Drake a little bit.
He just left to the stage. Nah, I don't look like Drake. Hell no.
My boy said he looked like French Montana.
I get that all the time. I get that all the time.
Yo, shout out to MTG.
That's the person I get
he said,
every time.
He said, yo, he look like French, man. Every time I post something with him.
That's crazy. Where's like, what's your nationality?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looks
I
Arabic.
do look like French Montana.
Yeah, everybody says it. Yeah. I go out on the street, people are like, yo, I thought you were French Montana.
Bro, you gotta start just saying, yeah, man.
Right. Yep.
I gotta blow that money on one Versace outfit and just wear that out like once a month. Pull up in a limo. Like, yo, that's French.
So you guys are like media junkies like us. Who do you pay attention to on Instagram the most? Is it the Shade Room? Like, is it what? Like, because I heard you guys talking about other podcasts and things like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm huge. I like being on Twitter. They got funnier content.
Yeah,
I feel like, and it's crazier. It's like a wild, wild west on Twitter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you could just go down a wormhole on Twitter. There's not really one person. You just go from video to video.
Yep.
And but podcasts, I'm a Joe Rogan junkie. Like I watch Joe Rogan all day, and they're like 3-hour podcasts, so you could literally watch them all day,
back to back.
Yeah, I like that he has so many different guests. It'll be like a scientist one day, or it'll be like a rock star.
The versatility.
Yeah, and then they just talk. And he don't really have set questions for him, and it always turns out good. So I don't know. But yeah, I watched that. I've been watching a lot of Joey Diaz lately too. That's his friend. Yeah. And nice. Yeah, I'm big into comedy, so I watch stand up all the time, shit like that.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I follow the Shade Room and all that stuff like that. But like I go in there for the comments, you know what I'm saying? Like talk to the people.
That's the funniest
crack
part.
jokes and shit like that.
Comment on Twitter too.
But like I don't really like follow it. Like, oh, let me see what's going on, because some of that shit is just retarded. Like, like, and it's funny because you follow this publications on Instagram, they all post the same content.
Yeah, it's one
I was
by
like,
one.
it's like 5-6 different pages going. Kanye West wore a yellow hat today. It's something stupid. I'm like,
Word.
this is news. What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like some of it is dope shit. Like some of it, but then a lot of it is just like it's.
trash.
See, the thing is that now with the world of algorithms, they have to post constantly just to stay on the timeline.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's brutal now.
Yeah, you have to create content. Basically, if you want to now with the algorithms, it flooded to the point that like if you're not a banging chick, you know what I'm saying? If you're not a banging chick, or if you're not posting 1,000 times a day, you get lost in the mix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I was just talking about this with my friends in a group chat yesterday. I'm not going to name these publications, but it's certain well-known publications that before, like a couple years ago, their content used to be so dope.
Yeah.
Used to have great editorial pieces, all that kind of stuff. Now, it's like they just posting just to post stuff for the notifications.
It's clickbait.
Literally just for the notifications.
To
like,
get those views and those
like,
followers.
like our clicks are down right now. Let's just throw something out. Like, let's just throw something stupid out. And then the public could just eat it up. Like, oh my God, how could they say something like this? It's stupid. It's stupid.
I see
It
the
keeps
same people
working.
comment
It
on the
works
same
bro
story
oh my God.
on the different. I'm like, what are you talking about? The same thing, bro.
I'll see something on Shade Room. I'll see something on Baller Alert. It's the same thing, and I'll see the same people in the comments saying the same thing.
I do feel like
bro,
the
come
followers
on, son.
are sometimes different though, depending on what page.
It
Like
is.
if I go to the Shade Room, you got all the black Instagram on there,
Yeah,
like the
all of
minorities.
them.
Then you
Yeah,
go
all
to
of them.
Hollywood Unlocked, and it's like all the
Bro, they
I don't do that
y'all
no
run
more.
Twitter though. Twitter, that
Twitter?
shit is
Yes.
funny, yo.
Yo,
Twitter's
I love
amazing.
Twitter,
Yo,
son.
the things
Yeah.
like they call it Black Twitter.
Yo, black
Bruh, the jokes they crack.
We
The-
eat it
bruh,
up.
they get the retweets are all of that.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's hilarious. Yo, the captions they put, it's
Just gotta
hilarious.
be careful
bro.
on Twitter. Yeah, I be at work
They
scrolling,
vicious on there, too,
then somebody having sex pop up. Like,
Yeah,
Oh my God.
The
bro.
when they catch you, they're like,
Come
"Oh, watch this
on.
puppy sleeping." You put it on, I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
and the girl moaning like, come on."
Like, bro, son, where was I? But, son, I was in the break room at work, right? And it was like,
you got
it was like a bowl, right? You know how like it's a bowl and they have the stick and
Yeah, and they
rub
go
it
like
around, and
this.
it's supposed to be like a soothing sound. I'm like, oh, okay, like, and I just so happened to leave my headphones at the crib, so I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna click it. I said, yo, I closed it so fast. I looked around, I said, oh, everybody got their headphones in. I'm straight, but I was so scared. But nah,
yeah.
Twitter,
It says this sound is so soothing.
Yeah.
And you be like, oh, all right, bet. Let me listen.
nah, Twitter's the most amazing. It's the most amazing place. Cause you got like Twitter is like you got a whole bunch of minds, right? And Twitter now is nothing like how Twitter used to be.
Yeah,
Like, five
true.
years ago, Twitter, people would get crucified for the stuff that, like, but like now it's like, of course, it's a little bit more like politically correct, but the content is still there. It's a whole bunch of minds that are just shooting stuff.
Bro, there's
Just
dark ass
shooting
Twitter,
stuff,
bro.
shooting
There's
stuff.
It could
remember
get
back
bad.
they had Twitter after dark.
Yo,
Oh,
listen.
God.
The Twitter
Listen.
stuff now too, like the
Everything
Twitter,
is
yo,
after
they
dark.
killed that hashtag.
Listen, bro.
They stole that hashtag. Yo, that hashtag was bad, bro. I used to be like, what the hell,
Listen, I'm
bro?
telling you,
Crazy.
bro.
I just see crazy stuff on Twitter, bro.
Listen, we in 20.
And my
Twitter
head is still
from-
like, I get flashbacks in the shower and shit. Like, yo, what the?
Listen,
What the?
Twitter had eras too. Like 09 to like 2012, that was like celebrity era Twitter, when celebrities would just get on there and tweet anything. They would
Yeah.
respond back to all fans, like some crazy stuff. And then from like 2013 to like 2015, that was like consumer Twitter. Like all the regular people was on Twitter, and that's when Vine was real popping. So all the content on there was crazy.
I really miss Vine.
I miss Vine too.
Yeah, Vine was
Yeah,
funny
I
as
was
hell.
Like,
Yeah.
Vine was amazing because like it made you be. It showed people's creativity.
Yes.
How funny can you be in 6 seconds?
Yes.
This quick,
Be watching it
Instagram-
over and
Instagram.
over.
over it, bro. I used to be on Vine for hours.
Now they
bro.
got all these little kids on
Hours.
TikTok and
Yeah.
Triller, and I'm not gonna lie though, it'd be funny to see what
Listen,
they come up with.
I'm not
on
gonna
Yeah,
lie to
my
you,
daughter
son.
got a TikTok.
See?
Listen, bro, I'm not gonna lie. to
Driving
you,
me
son.
crazy with that shit.
I'm 23 years old. I can't bring myself to download TikTok. I can't do it.
Why?
I
It's
can't do
funny.
it.
I said
can't
it on
do it.
Twitter. I said,
I got
yo,
it.
if you ever see me do a Triller video, just like
Take my
chop me
home.
up and
It's
sell my organs.
Like,
or
nah,
something.
said a
but
little
it's-
Triller
it's
music
different,
video.
though. You feel, it's different for like rappers though, cause like
Yeah.
you
The
could
baby-
you gotta
kinda,
utilize it.
promote
The
your
baby be
music,
using
Yeah.
the hell out of them apps, though. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie.
Like for
He's one of
Triller,
the-
you could kind of like promote your music through. the
Yeah,
thing. Like I
that's
see,
true.
I see. Who I see Nia Lee do it. Shout out to Nia Lee. I see her do it all the time. That's how I get hip to her.
It's a free music video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And she spiced it up because she got a whole bunch of different outfits, different wigs.
People
Like,
do
it's
different
17
angles.
different
They put the camera in a weird spot.
Exactly.
Or
Like,
I
it's
feel
a free
like
marketing
eventually
tool.
that's what the music game is gonna have to start reverting to. Maybe not so much the app, but maybe 60-second videos on Instagram, because our attention span is so quick.
Yeah.
Like we're not really trying to go on YouTube and
That's
watch. All
that's
those
why I like
long-ass
Instagram
videos anymore.
TV though. It gives you the minute preview, and then if you want to see the
If
rest
you want to
of it,
watch more,
Yeah,
you
so-
go for it.
It's-
How you
Instagram got the
guys feel
monopoly.
about, like, I'm not going to, for lack of a better term, I'm going to say it like this. How do you guys feel about the death of the music video? Because, like, you see how music videos are from back in the day. Music, there used to be a whole budget for music videos, a whole production. Now it's just like,
this kind of coming back. Like
it's kind of like
Travis Scott and Kendrick Lamar, they had real big music videos, but like it's just, it don't make sense for money now, I guess, because the music don't generate as much money as it used to. But yeah, I was just watching old music videos. I got a lot of ideas from old music videos, and they were way better. It was like a movie budget. I don't know if that'll happen.
I think that it's just the times that as eventually music is evolutionized. You gotta remember, like, there's 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds now that they were born with this phone in their hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 34. I started, like, I remember typing on a typewriter. You know what I'm saying? I remember IBM computers. You know what I'm saying? So you're sitting there like, these people.
Yeah, the typewriter.
Yeah, I remember the typewriter.
And you know, they had now these kids are born with it, 16, 17 years old now, and they come into a different world where when I was growing up, DMX was the man. They hear
Still the man.
They hear. But I'm saying to them,
Oh
they'll hear it. They'll hear DMX down, but like, whatever. They rather hear a more Playboy Cardi, like a more party person who has like more upbeat stuff. Like the music now is Lil Uzi and all this upbeat music. You know what I'm saying? That is all like to the point that as music evolutionized and everything and technology got better, and like you said, attention spans are getting shorter. Now rappers are looking for the cookie cutter. Like, how can I get attention faster?
Absolutely.
How can I get into this phone and get into the kids? You know what I'm saying? And the sad part about this is when that happens, creativity takes a hit. No one's trying to put something together anymore. Like, oh, you know what? That's why when Kendrick comes out with Good Kid, Mad City, where the skits match the songs, and it's like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, that was
when
super
every
common.
artist was doing that in the 80s.
Exactly.
Every artist was doing some wild stuff in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I feel like, for the music video to come back, well, in order to be an artist to gain traction like that, you either have to be one super creative with your music, or you have to have personality. Those are the only two things that are gonna make people check for you
That's
today.
true. You're right.
Yeah.
And now, like, for example, Travis, right? You don't never see Travis's personality come out.
Yeah.
Unless he's on that stage. And when they see him on that stage, they're like, yo, I like this. It's super creative because his shows are a big kind of spectacle.
That's
So
where
now
they
that-
make the most money on tour.
Exactly.
And his music is insane. Like, it takes you like the whole Astro World thing. It's like, this takes you to a different world. Like,
And he was so
the
creative
music is
with that,
crazy.
too.
Yeah, I
But
love
he's
that
lucky
album.
to get away with that because of the money aspect. But for the artists that don't do that, like I mentioned, the baby, you see his personality
You gotta have
everywhere.
personality.
Yeah, but he's
That shit
he's got a
is from
personality.
he got the whole damn package. Even if he ain't want to put no songs out, his personality itself,
Exactly.
it like sets him on fire, which is dope.
Yeah, he's good too.
And like you said, that is true too, because he does videos that are creative.
Yes.
And
Super creative.
people watch him. People
Yes.
watch him. People put it out there. Yo, this part's funny. You know what I'm saying? I see that a
Yeah.
lot. And the same thing, like, we say with Kendrick, like, he does that loyalty video with Rihanna and that whole crazy thing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
he had
like a
Don
movie.
Cheadle in the video. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? And people were watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And even with the new, what was it, the Astro World, what was the song they had? The big one, Sicko Mode? Like,
Yeah,
that was a
video was
crazy
crazy.
video, but people want to see Drake and Travis together. You know what I'm saying? So that is true. As long as you're creating that attention.
I see
and
a
draw.
lot of creative videos though, like, because now a lot of people have a camera, so you'd be surprised to see what they could do with it. Like,
That's
like,
what I'm
the
interested
hell?
in. I want to see, like, people put a new spin on music videos now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's different ways of, like, you don't need the super duper over the shoulder $1 million camera now.
Yeah,
You can shoot
yeah,
on a
yeah.
little phone.
Yeah,
Put a little
exactly.
lens on it.
Yeah.
Now it look like
If you
feel
got
me?
lights and you got a phone, like the newest phone got like 3 cameras in it or some
Yeah,
shit. Like,
Yep.
You could shoot a we did a music video. We used the iPhone. I don't know which one it was, but it shoots in 4K. Like, and I could slow it down and everything. It don't lose quality. So I'm like, what the fuck? What do we got all these cameras for? And then they got stabilizers for the little phones. So like, I think it's just gonna get crazier. Like we're just gonna see better videos.
Dope.
I don't know.
Well, thank you guys for coming to Champions Corner. What can we expect from Bringing the Real in the future?
You can expect more content. He got a couple of videos in the works that we're doing.
Lit.
We're gonna put it up. We're just gonna flood it, man. We're gonna have content from us doing interviews, like how I do with your event. But unfortunately, we couldn't finish the event. But
it's all good.
Yeah, so just putting out more content, trying to push Bringing the Real into a different stratosphere. Right. My ultimate goal is to make Bringing the Real independent label. You know what I'm saying? And I really want to take this, and I think it has a bigger message than just unity in music. I feel like music is universal language. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if you could send a good message through your music and send that, vibe out there of unity, I think it's infectious. You know what I'm saying? And I would want a different area of where like kids could come to and make music and learn how to make beats. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows where we could take it? You know what I'm saying? And that would be my ultimate dream about it. I think you'll see me there, hopefully in a couple of years. I got a song coming out, like next week. No, next week.
Listen, people gonna hold you to that.
Right. He let me take that back.
I got a song and a music video I'm gonna be putting out like next month. So that's like one thing I got coming up, and more interviews, of course, more content.
Cool. So
the video's crazy too.
Plug all your social medias. Plug all.
Yeah, word. On Twitter, I'm at Conscious World, Conscious with a K. Instagram, Conscious 973. Conscious with a K again. I can't spell. And yeah, bringingthereal.com. You can find everything on there. So,
on Instagram, it's Motto, and just to Bring the Real page. I would say my Twitter, but my Twitter is not really music based. That's like my other, alter ego.
Get his Twitter. But
if you want to go on there, see my other alter ego.
Yeah,
go to Motto Official. I'm gonna start doing whole nother content. Like I'm into battle rap. Okay. So I'm gonna start working with 15 Minutes of Fame. I'm gonna start doing a show with
he's
them.
Heavy in the battle rap.
All right, so now I gotta ask you before we get here, right? So who's your top 5 in battle rap right now?
That's tough, man. There's just so many guys, but there's so many top guys now. But
let's go.
Top 5 right now, I would say Twerk. I'll say Tay Rock. I'll say Surf. I'll say Rum Nitty. Damn, that fifth one's tough. That's it also count people who's active.
Geechee Gotti.
Oh, you're right. Geechee Gotti. Yeah. I'll give you definitely Geechee Gotti. You're right. He fills up the 5, man. He's been on fire.
Yeah, that's a solid 5. I thought you was gonna put something that I could argue.
It's just so you know what it is too. I have the app.
Yeah.
And it's so many people, so many battles. It's like I can't keep up with it sometimes. It's crazy.
I used to be like a super duper into battle rap when I was like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then I fell off, right?
Yeah.
So now I only catch the big ones, all the big. I don't catch none of the smaller jumps with bless you, with all the little lower names. But when they graduate to that big stage, that's when I catch them. Mm-hmm. But nah, it's a solid 5. I can't argue it.
Word. So yeah, if you're into battle rap, go to my Twitter, Motto Official. I'm usually battle rap heavy on there, and like I said, I'm gonna start doing a podcast with 15 Minutes of Fame. And I'm do battle rap, so I'm gonna do that too.
Lit. Thank you again for bringing the real.
Thank you for having us.
Champions Corner table today. I'm Kayy Simone, Ali John.
Gang.
We are out.